If you're going to have more than one person using your Windows 8 computer or device, you may want to consider adding additional user accounts so they can log in as themselves and have access to their own area separate from yours. Well, there's a couple of different ways to work with user accounts here in Windows 8. Beginning with our start screen here, we can go to our PC settings. Let's use the keyboard shortcut Windows+I. Next, we'll go to the bottom right-hand corner and click Change PC Settings, and from here, we'll select Users. With Users selected, you're going to see your own account first. Right at the very top, you'll see your name, your email address. There's an option for trusting the PC, switching to a local account, and so on. There are also sign-in options we'll talk about a little bit later on. Right now, we're scrolling down to the very bottom where you'll see a button here for adding a user. So let's say I'm going to be sharing this with another person named Karen. I'll click Add User. I can type in their email address. This is going to be their Windows sign-in. Now, if I wanted to, notice down at the bottom, I could have them sign up for a new email address if they don't already have one, or sign in without a Microsoft account. That is possible. So I'll click that. Now I have two options. Microsoft account, of course, means that they'd be signing in and have access to the Windows Store, etc., Microsoft apps. But with a local account, they will be totally separated from all of that. They'll have a username, they'll have a password, and they won't be able to get at the downloadable apps. They'll have to be set up later. Also, any settings for this account won't be synced across the PCs that they use. So let's choose local account. We'll give this person a username. I'm just going to type in Karen. We'll give her a password, and as the administrator, we'll have to give her this password so she can log in and change it potentially. Notice we don't see what we're typing unless we click the I icon. We need to re-enter that because we don't see what we're typing, just to ensure that we've typed it in exactly the same way both times. And then we can also give a hint. Click Next, and we'll have our new account. Last option is this a child's account? Where we can go to turn on family safety and get reports of their PC use. This person is not a child. I'm going to leave that unchecked, and we'll talk about child accounts a little bit later on. So we'll click Finish, and now there's a new account. If we want to change any of that information, we could go down there and try to click it, and we can't actually access that account. We just see it. And we could add more accounts if we wanted to from here. So let's go out of our PC settings here. I'm just going to press my Windows key on the keyboard to return to the start screen. And let's go to the desktop now. When we go down to the bottom left-hand corner, we see that start icon. We can right-click and go to Control Panel. And from here, we're going to go into our user accounts and family safety. So that's another way to get to our user accounts. There it is right at the top. We'll click the heading, User Accounts. And you'll see your own account. And you can do things like make changes to the PC settings, the account type, or we could go to another account by clicking Manage Another Account. So let's do that. Here's where we'll see all of the users, including the one we just set up, Karen. It's a local account. When I click it, I see that information, and then I have a number of options down the left-hand side. Maybe I misspelled Karen. It's spelled a different way. I could change the name. I could change the password from here. There's access to setting up family safety. So maybe initially I didn't choose it as a child account, so I didn't get to set this up. I can come back here at any time and do it. We will do this a little bit later in this chapter. Changing the account type. Well, we didn't really get an option to choose the type, so let's click this link. Here's where you see that the default is actually a standard account. So they can use most software, change system settings that don't affect other users on the computer or device. As an administrator, though, you would be giving them access to the administrator tools. So that means we would have to click Change Account Type. I'm going to leave it at Standard. I want to be the only administrator here. All right, let's click the back button up here in the top left corner. And you'll see that there is another option here, and that is to delete the account altogether. So a user leaves, they're no longer going to be working on this computer or device. We can click Delete the Account. If they've been using it for a while, they will have accumulated a number of files, so we can delete those files or choose to keep them. I'm going to click Delete Files, Delete Account, and there's no longer a Karen account. So I can close this up. Hit the Windows key to go back to our start screen. And that's a quick look at user accounts.